All right, this is Randalicious. Welcome to the 82nd Hexis podcast. In this podcast, we'll be discussing the return of the Prince, Mahogany Homes, Fishing Boss Devblog, Leagues, and more. This podcast, all other future Hexis podcasts available on YouTube, Twitch, Spotify. Actually, I think they're shutting down Google Podcasts with like that Google Play. But on Apple and all that other stuff. The Hexis Discord is open to the public. Post the link in the chat here. And feel free to join in this. Bot's in there, so you can submit a topic for the podcast. Submit a topic, we'll give you a shout out on the next podcast as well. So let's get to it. I'm Randalicious. I'm the leader of Hexis.
I'm Dan Gleesac, general in Hexis, and I took a shower today.
Hello, Abra, Bronze Star in Hexis, speedrunner, maybe more. We'll see.
Celastrus recruit in Hexis, and Dan lied today.
Vegeta, former rank 69 cooking.
Nice.
Sex.
All right, Vegeta, you've been back first time in a couple years, been playing now for like a month. For all your fans out there, what's up? How you been?
I've been really good. I know I got to give the people what they want. I know a lot of people have been inquiring about my whereabouts, have seen me making absolute fat gains on Temple. They see the return. They want to know what's up. Shortly put, I'll be maxing within about a month. Got 99 Slayer. Working on mining right now, and been good.
All right, good stuff. So, gonna talk about Mahogany Homes, which are one of the updates that came out in the last month here that have been in between podcasts. So, Mahogany Homes, I had some questions about this prior to their release, and I was expecting it to be pretty terrible release as well. I made a really big thread where I was talking about my heavy concerns with the update, but overall, I was very pleased with how they've been out right now. But check out that thread there. I linked it for you guys. What do you guys think about the pre-release lack of information that they gave out prior to the update? You think they need to be doing more? How do you think they can do better in communicating an update to us?
Yeah, I think just more information, or at least kind of give it a little bit more time, because I think everyone was surprised by how quickly this game, like, it literally just got pulled. I think it was Thurko that said, like, shouldn't we have gotten another like update blog or something before? So I don't know if it was rushed or what. I don't know, maybe it could have been better. I don't know, but just more time would always be good. But the actual content itself seems fine. I have not been paying attention, well, to a lot of stuff, but I guess in general, it seems nice. So from the little I've seen.
Just speaking on the like pre-release stuff about it, the XP per hour wasn't mentioned, correct? If I'm pretty sure
never.
that was
it was never mentioned prior to release. The only thing that they gave us was that, word for word, they say, we expect training construction via this method to be significantly slower than current method. It will be less click intensive. It will be less click intensive and cheaper training method. That's
just like how Sepulchre will only be slightly faster than Rooftops, right?
More, I think we talk about that a little bit. Yeah. So that's kind of what they gave us in terms of like what the anticipated XP rates are for it. What is the like people that are good at it? What kind of XP rates are they getting?
Getting like 220K or something like that.
I've heard 300, but I haven't looked into it that much. I've only seen like someone say 300 and someone say like 70 for ultimates or something like that. Maybe a little more.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know. I think they were trying to maybe stay away from a specific number, like stating it, so that in case it's over or under, like people don't freak out about it. But when you also don't say a number, then people kind of get upset about not knowing the actual rate, which is where I'm coming from. I'd rather see what I'm voting on fully, like to have a full understanding of it before I vote. So that would have been nice to obviously have the
Right, yeah, we can
the rate.
talk more about the rate the next question.
Yeah, no. We were talking about what the pre-release info was.
Sorry.
Before the pre-release, I'm saying it's nice pre-release to have the expected
information,
per hour.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Best way to get better at communicating, I think, is just to start communicating. But I think Dan raised a good point. Like, honestly, if I was working at Jagex, I'd probably get pretty tired of like quoting XP rate and then people freaking out if it, varies one way or the other. I think there's no definitive way to like perfectly predict an XP rate. Yeah, you're not gonna please everybody, but
That's true.
Yeah, it did seem. I actually did read that blog. I just came back, but yeah, I don't know. It seemed really. I just agree. It seemed quick, but I think I'm with Dan though. I'd rather see like a guess of an XP range than nothing at all. So
Yeah, so part of I'll read off part of my thread here, and it's that that they released the Sepulture, and it was like the pre-release lack of information was fatally flawed. That when they released it, it was done so with I'm just reading all my tweets. This Mahogany Homes was pulled and passed with bare bones information. Every single vote that was cast on it or skipped or whatever, they did so not having, in my opinion, adequate information to be able to make proper judgment on this. Calling something significantly slower than current methods, well, I mean, you can get a mil an hour at the top end. What is significantly slower? I think 500. I think 500K an hour is significantly slower than that method, but that's still way too fucking fast. So, like, there's just so much room for, like, maybe with other skills you can get away with saying something like that, but when you got a skill that tops out at a mil an hour, saying significantly slower leaves far too much room for destructive creative freedom. And with that, I think that the issue is that people are voting on content that they really have no idea what they're voting for, and that's a big issue. And because of that, thankfully it's didn't end up being as bad as what it could have potentially been, but not giving out adequate information prior to release leaves you vulnerable to have, that kind of shit happen.
The way I look at it is that I feel like Jagex, and correct me if I'm wrong, but they complete the update or they complete whatever they're designing before they even pull it.
Yeah, I was about to say something about that.
No, not at all. Because if you look at what Jagex Elena said to me, oh Jesus, please make sure I hop for after this game. I'm about to get 6-houred. He's kind of like, hey, we're not going to design something, give out XP rates, and then it fails a poll because then it's a waste of time. So specifically,
that's what my point would be.
So like specific. Yeah, well, like, no, specifically for like this right here, they came up with the idea and then pulled it without designing any of the content for it. Based on what their comments are. And
yeah,
I think that one of the things that I just wanted to highlight was that I think that polling something and releasing a full out dev blog, it's too much. If you can't even give us an estimated XP, so
they have content devs who are max.
I talked with Husky, and I'll go into that in like greater detail later. But part of the issue is that you don't want to like part of the issue is, okay, if we give an XP rate and it's not that XP rate, people are gonna flip shit. Like for example, like soul runes, for example. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they go nuts.
That was high. Yeah. And then if it's not the XP rate, they'll also go nuts. So, I think that when you classify something as significantly slower, I think that the best way to have done that would have been significantly slower, somewhere between 200 to 300K an hour. XP rates will be further determined upon development.
Just compare it to the blog that just came out. I mean, there's a ton of information on those XP rates.
Yeah, and I think that I'd at least like to think that part of the conversation I had with Husky, and shout out to Husky, he was real great. Spent a couple hours with me on his off day. When they're specifically putting in there at this XP rate at this level, you should expect to get this. That is what we're talking. That is what the voters need. Phenomenal depth in description done by the team for the fishing boss. I may not like it, but I may not like the content, but I like the delivery of it. And that is a huge thing.
The thing I feel about with this update is that, even though I play Iron, I feel like the game shouldn't cater to Iron Men, but this update with the Mahogany Homes feels like it does, because I don't see normies doing Mahogany Homes for 200 mil at all.
Well, normies ain't doing 200 mil.
No normie is ever doing 200 mil con.
No, he means normie main game.
Main, yeah,
Oh,
mains.
okay.
I think they'll do it to 99.
I don't see mains doing Mahogany Homes for 200 mil construction. However, Irons, they do the teak cape racks, and I think it's 330k, 350k XP an hour.
So now
and if you can do Mahogany Homes and get 25% less than that, and use a third or even a fifth of your planks, it's a little bit too much, and it caters to Iron in my eyes. I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
As an Iron Man, do you see an issue with something like Mahogany Homes being kind of tailored towards Iron Men? I mean, you can speak on it a lot better than us.
It easier for everyone else. Or it just for example, if you look at if they keep this in at the XP rates it's at, if you look at the construction high scores for Irons now, and then you look at it 6 months from now, it's gonna be
Randy log out.
It's gonna be huge.
Thank you.
It's gonna be a big difference. I feel like, because a lot of people, your Mahogany planks, they give you 140 XP each, but with this update, people were saying each plank, it extends your Mahogany plank to 350 or 340 XP each. From the one, so it's a 2.5% increase.
Times.
Or 2.5 times,
yeah.
my bad. Increase.
Yeah.
So I'm not too much of a fan of it, because it's basically gonna be the new meta for Irons to do con, probably.
I don't know about Iron Man, but I feel like, I don't know if this goes in the next question, but I feel like there is a niche for this type of thing. I don't think main account, a lot of main accounts don't have a ton of money to be throwing 150 mil at Mahogany tables.
Even then, I think you could do cape racks or whatever with the Dragon Slayer 2 cape. I don't know how much that is either, but I mean, it could equate to those people that don't have the money to dump into Mahogany tables or teak benches, Mahogany benches. I feel like this is just a very Iron Man catered update mini quest thing or whatever. Oh, and let's not talk about the name of the mini quest either. That's who let that slide.
Yeah,
Daddy's Home.
I noticed the
Who
name.
let that slide?
Did anyone else play the Usher song after seeing the name of it?
No,
Did
but
you
I
see my
thought
tweet,
Uru.
Randy?
Daddy's Home by Usher. If you haven't heard it, go give it a listen.
Did you see my tweet?
I did. What was it?
It was something along the lines of I was saying oh, so now we have the new mini quest Daddy's Home. Are we gonna have a sequel and have a full extended Grandmaster Quest Stepsister Adventures?
What the hell?
Oh, damn.
There's a
What are
fine
you
line.
doing, Step Bro?
There is a fine line between corny and funny. That shit ain't funny.
And what did that fall under stupid?
That was a hard leap/jump over that line.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Well, if you haven't seen my Twitter, I kind of tend to do that.
Oh, I meant the name of the thing.
Daddy's Home thing.
Yeah. None of Mahogany Homes have come out, and their XP per hour is approximately, we got people saying, 300k or so. With that, what are you thinking in terms of, is that XP fair, or should it be higher? What
I think
Or should they
sorry.
just not? Or should they just not exist at all?
I'm okay with them existing. I think the XP rate. Okay, I was under the impression the XP rate was like 200K. It's still in the air whether what the exact XP rate is, but
Let's just call it
I
200 to 3. Well, let's just call it 200 to 300K.
I was
I
saying
think
3 to 350 or more.
3 to 350 seems a little high, but if it is like 200K, whatever, I think that's fine with me. Like, I think the mahogany homes should not be worth it, which they are right now. Like, to me, that's what it should be, because if you're doing them, like, I think that that they're not worth it. Like, the alternative, like, there's a trade-off between XP and, like, I guess GP, and I think it fits pretty
0
fine.
time.
Well, I mean, it depends on what you play, how you play, but
You're right.
I think the rate's fair. I think 200K is fine. Being comparable to 300K, like you said, mythical caves are like 350. Like, I would think.
No, I think
I don't-
aren't we talking about? Is that even a thing that normal Iron Man would do, or is that an ultimate
The
thing?
TK Brax, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what
you're
that's what all
supposed to
Iron
do.
Men do. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I knew
I
it
don't
was
think-
meant for ultimates.
I don't think it should be comparable to that. So if it's like closer to 300, I'd say it's a little high, but like 180 to 200K, I think that's right on.
All right, so I can't really speak on anything for Iron. So meta changes, yeah, I can't think on that at all. But just for main normies, yeah, I think this is about right, because pretty much my vision for it would be, as long as it's a decent chunk below, the most. I don't know how you would describe it, but basically, oak doors.
The
which
most common training method.
Yeah, the most common non-tryhard.
Yeah, I mean,
and
yeah,
they're
go on.
about 490, 500, but something like that. So somewhere around 350. Yeah, I'm satisfied with that. And also, if it's more XP per plank, that means less planks are being bought, which means it'll get cheaper. That's good. So yeah, I'm fine with it. But the impact on ultimates, that's questionable.
So as rank 1 construction.
Jesus.
Don't forget where he came from. Rand donation.
Hey,
There we go.
only paid for 65% of it. As rank 1 construction, I feel like the skill does really lack any other possible training method other than build destroy. And with how they have it set up, from what I've seen, so I haven't done it myself, but from what I've watched very briefly of people doing it, and it doesn't look fun, but it looks like stuff that I could see, a lot of more casual players doing. And the XP rates are pretty piss. So because of that, I think that with where it is and how, like where it fits on the XP per hour and efficiency spectrum, that this was done very well. And I'm surprised at that, given how rushed it appeared that this content was looking to be. I think that they've done a good job with the balancing with the XP per hour. 350 is a little too high if that's what some people are actually getting. But if
Yeah, that's high.
if people are getting the 200 to okay, if someone's getting 350K doing that, that's the type of player that can get almost a mil doing other method. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
think you can get 1.2 doing benches.
so assuming that like more normal type players are gonna get 400K an hour with oak doors, and if they're then getting 200K an hour with these construction mahogany homes, I think that's fine. A lot of people will still do it, and it does provide the only other alternative training method for the skill. I think overall, based on it being out for these couple days so far, my initial thoughts are that this has been a success.
Just gotta wait another year for a construction skilling boss.
I'm ready.
I'm going off what Sebi said, and correct me if I'm wrong, Sebi. But I mean, it is a little bit OP for irons. However, I mean, the construction method for irons is pretty dog, anyways. Like, it's pretty shitty. So maybe it's time to just like accept something new in the new meta, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Ain't that what you signed up for, though?
What?
Just saying.
To play iron? to get
Yeah,
easy
like isn't
escape
the
or
whole
something?
thing? Isn't the whole thing of irons like to collect and gather stuff yourself and
Yeah.
whatnot?
Well, that and not go to the duel arena.
That might be the biggest pro to being an Iron Man.
Yeah.
Is that
But
it?
I don't know. I guess I'll just let it wear on me, I guess.
Is this something that as an Iron Man you would ever see yourself doing if you have any post 99 plans for it?
Probably not, because I'll be doing teaks for 200 mil wood cutting and then make the planks.
Okay. So who as an Iron Man, who kind of does this appeal to? Like what type of Iron Man? Is that because you play Iron Man differently or what do you got?
No. Probably would appeal to more of the lower based irons to get their pools in their house, like the 90 construction. So the people that will do construction from like 50 to 90 will probably do this. Because I remember doing 90 construction, it took me like months because you just collect kingdom or you would cut the logs yourself. So now people can just do this instead, I feel like.
Okay.
And UIM probably.
Definitely.
So is it a bigger win for Ultimates?
Probably with
Yeah.
the sack or whatever it is, the plank sack.
Plank sack.
There's a few
There's
UIMs
some
that are pretty
more-
upset about that.
More on the sack next question.
Oh, talking about me?
More on
Speaking
the
of
sack.
which, turn it over. Sack, what's your thoughts?
My new name, perfect. I haven't even thought of like touching this personally. It looked like an Iron Man-ish update to help their ways of training a little bit more. I chat with I don't know, I don't want to call them casuals because I don't want to offend them, but my buddies in my Discord,
You might as well at this point.
Yeah, they're casual.
they tried it out first day and they said like 200K an hour or less than that, and they're not doing it. So like, I don't know, if it doesn't intrigue the more casual main players, then I would say it's probably an Iron Man update. I'm okay with it. I like the concept of like trying to upgrade, building and removing, so you can like become an interior decorator type shit when you're going around Galanor
That's
improving
my
everyone's
kind of
homes.
RPG.
Like
Roll
99 Carpenter.
Minecraft.
Yeah, it is a cool concept. I don't know how repetitive it is though. Like I'm pretty sure, from what I understand, you just go to 2 towns over and over again.
There's like
think.
3 or
Really?
4.
Oh, there's 3 or 4. So if there's a
Yeah.
little more variety to it, then yeah, I could see that.
I don't remember. It's like 5 at most.
Yeah, cool idea. Just I don't think many mains would do it long term. I don't know.
Maybe if they got rid of the bonus XP after completing the job and instead giving you more planks from the crates, that would probably be more of an appeal.
Was to just make it worse XP but cheaper?
Worse XP doing the content, yes, but you can get more planks. So that way you can train construction afterwards. It's basically like doing
Oh, for the rewards. Sorry.
yeah, you do it for the rewards.
Yeah, so I guess I really haven't looked into it enough to actually like know like everything. Like I kind of know stuff.
Hey, I would
I
want
can't
to
really
point out.
talk about it.
I want to point out that it's left click to repair. So Jagex wants to just go ahead and left click build as well when we're doing mahogany tables.
Yeah. I think that would be the thing that people would appreciate more than this. Almost, I think, because not everyone's gonna switch over. Not every casual is gonna switch over to doing this. I think people would appreciate that more. But yeah. I'm still just thinking of like how quick this was. Like you could at least put first blog out and then next week be like, hey, we heard some of your feedback. Here's more info. But who would even care about the plank sack? Is that pretty much just for the actual activity itself and maybe like irons? Like, would a main ever care about that outside of mahogany homes?
Fashionscape
Oh, you can hold it.
Oh no, sorry, I was talking about the sack.
or collections. Oh, sorry, collectionscape.
Right.
I think you can keep your. It helps with the butler too. Like you can store the planks in your sack and then call your butler back and forth, back and forth.
Oh shit! You know what I just thought of? I don't know exactly how it works, but this might make benches easier.
Does it make it easier for
True.
making planks for Iron Man?
Oh,
Like,
that's
can you-
interesting too.
I don't know if you can put the logs in the sack.
Oh no,
Yeah, you'd have
no,
to
it's
you have
just
to store
planks.
logs for it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, right. The outfits, I haven't done the math on any of this stuff to see if it's actually worth it. Like, I don't know if it'd be worth it for me because, so I would pretty much just be doing oak doors whenever / if ever I get back to it. So I wonder if the outfit would be worth it for me. I haven't done the math, and also to see if the equipable saw is anything besides Fashionscape. I don't know, I wish I had more thoughts.
That's pretty good.
I was gonna say, we moving to the next question, or
I mean, if people have words.
Yeah. Looks like I'm little oversight here, so I'm going to just delete that one. So what do you
Oh.
guys think about the construction outfit that Mahogany Homes gives you guys? So 2.5% XP bonus. Do you think it was needed? Do you like how it looks? What are your thoughts on the outfit? Do you think that the skills that don't have outfits right now should get them?
Weren't we just on this?
No.
no? These are two separate questions. That's why I was asking if we're moving to the next question.
Oh, I was confused. I thought it was all one question.
Nope.
All right. Well,
So the
then I can
outfit apparently takes like Sebi says outfit takes like 13 hours to get.
I was gonna give a shout out to those casual players I was talking to earlier because they made some calculations saying that it's not worth it to get the outfit.
Yeah, it's
because of
already sounding not worth it to me.
Yeah, because of the boost. So I don't know. Because, like, again, it's construction for me. Going for, like, mining outfit, fishing outfit, like those type of skills that are around like 100K an hour. I feel like those would be things that would need maybe an outfit. Construction, when you're getting, or you can get $1 mil an hour, I don't really see the point of having an XP boost to it, unless you want to just do like a cosmetic outfit for the skill. I don't think it was needed. I mean, it looks cool, I guess. I mean, I looked at the picture. I don't know if the person's looking down in it, but it looks like the helmet's covering their eyes in the photo. So
Safety first.
I was like,
so I just did some rough math, and even if you're doing 200 mil, and this is considering oak doors, it's not even worth it to 200 mil with oak doors. So you'd have to either be doing something slower, or if you're doing mahogany, it's way not worth it.
Mahogany Homes.
Yeah, it ain't even worth it for doors.
yeah, that's my thoughts. Looks all right, but skill doesn't really need it, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's not really needed. It's mostly just Fashionscape. Although it's interesting that like they talk about the what's it called? Was it called the Builder's Effort? Whatever's from Tower of Life. That it could have just been that. I don't know why they had to make another one, but whatever. If people want it, go ahead. But it's not gonna be worth it. I don't even remember what it looks like. Shit. Let me try to find this.
Does the equipable saw even make a difference for building?
Yeah, that's what I was
things?
talking about. I don't know about the math. If there's anything that actually helps
Yeah.
with, I wonder.
I don't think so.
Because I don't
think so either.
Unless it helps out, unless it helps out with some kind of Iron Man method, and in that situation, perhaps.
Or it's just an equipable saw that you can do Fashionscape with.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't even look that good. The helmet's especially bad.
The helmet looks like he's wearing it too. Like, it looks like a kid's wearing a construction helmet. And then,
It's like covering their entire head. Either that, or like at first glance, I thought it was like one of the mind helmet things. It don't look good. Well, the helmet doesn't.
I think it's fine that they come out with this outfit here. It doesn't, just because it's not worth it to people that are trying to get like 99 or 200 mil or something. I think that it's like the only thing they would maybe have to adjust is like how quickly you can obtain it. Maybe that's the biggest issue, is that it takes so long to obtain, and given how fast it isn't worth getting. So I don't know. What if they cut it down to like 6 hours for getting? I think more people.
Then it'd be worth.
Yeah. So I think it's fine that it's in here. I think that it's fine that they come out with these type of outfits as well. I think that there's a couple, like, don't be surprised if in the next 2 years you see a hunter outfit that, or
That should
That
already
works.
be out.
That
Rune
works.
crafting outfit.
and a rune crafting outfit.
No, please don't say that stuff.
Because we got it for mining, got it for fishing, got it for woodcutting, got it for fire making, have now got it for construction. I mean, going through like the artisan type things, that
Literally everything but combat, Tinslayer.
yeah.
I wonder how that hunter outfit would work though, because you'd have to wear it and you'd have no defense if you did black chins.
Well, that's a decision you got.
Trade off.
That's the
It
decision
is.
you got to make.
That's actually a skill that could actually be very useful for one, like a Larupia type of thing that actually is, you can't just buy it.
Yeah. Or
I wouldn't die at black chins anyways.
spec you out easy. Or maybe what they could do is come out with some kind of hunter mini game that gives you some kind of attachment, and then you attach that to any of, because there's a bunch of different hunter outfits. There's the Larupia, the snow thing, the Grok. There's a whole bunch. There's a bunch of different hunter outfits out there. It wouldn't be a terrible idea if they came out with like some kind of hunter mini game that gives you some kind of, some kind of die, and you like put that die, or I don't know, some kind of attachment thing, and you put that onto the normal hunter gear that we have out right now, and then that results in you getting an outfit that gives you 2.5% more XP. No,
Levine brought up a hunter's blessing, where it gives you like a extended, or it gives you a bonus % catch rate, so that way.
see
fail less.
It would be a lot harder for them design wise. Yeah, it'd be a lot harder for them design wise to do that than it would be.
It'd have to be multiplicative.
Yeah, it would have to be an XP boost, not a catch rate increase, just because it would be more difficult for them to code.
Well, no, I mean, so like the way you would do it is pretty much you do a multiplication off of the fail chance. So like for whatever, let's say you have 90% success and that's 10% fail. If we're going with that 20%, whatever, then that'd be, instead of 10% fail, it'd be like 7.5% fail.
Math.
Yeah.
That'd
be an easier way to balance.
Abra, we should both submit applications. Again.
For what?
What we were talking about earlier. Because you're math.
Oh. What? Oh, you think they know math?
Oh, no, they don't.
But yeah, outfits for now, shout outs to Totus.
Yeah, those are the people most chasing it at this time. Anyone else have anything to say in regards to the outfit?
Looks cool.
Yeah, it looks pretty clean with a max cape.
Cricket.
So next we got the Golden Gnome Award nominations. There's a lot of nomination categories for this. I'm not gonna ramble through them all, but I think that there's like 19 different ones that they're giving out, which is pretty intense. It'll be done digitally for the first time. Do you feel strongly about any certain nominations for any people in any of these categories? They're currently accepting nominations, but they have not announced any finalists or anything. I'll just click on this link here and toss out just some of the categories, and it's mainly focused on new stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like best new video maker, best new streamer, best new this, best new this. It's not really on, and I would like for them to more so focus on like a lifetime achievement. I mean, there's the community achievement award, but that's a bit different. because I know that they gave Lynx like a lifetime achievement award before things, and it took like 6 months I think for him to get his golden gnome in the mail. But something like that I think is So they got 19 gnomes that they're giving out. Although I guess with got RuneScape and old school RuneScape, looks like it's 9 for each, and then there's just best cosplay creation. I don't know. It's a lot. I think that what they should do is more so focus on not the stuff that's just new, because so much of this is new. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, I'd like to see a little bit more variety, or more of a shout out to those who been in longer, get some lifetime achievement awards or something. Because like
I'm actually.
you
Oh,
see
sorry.
like best news. Hold on. Okay, I guess there is a best. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, I was gonna say I'm kind of like the opposite. I think it's a good thing to have new, or else you'll just keep getting the same names over and over that you always people talking about. Like people have been talking about Bodhi, foe, a friend, whatever, yada yada yada. So I think
I think it's fine that they do new stuff, but I think that they're focusing, or they're giving out these awards like there's too much new people that are getting.
I don't know. I think it's fine, not a real problem. But yeah, in terms of actual nominations, like I have no opinions. Maybe I'll vote when the lists are out, but I'm not going to nominate anyone. I don't feel strongly enough.
Remember when Aubrey got robbed of his golden gnome? I think that was back in like 2015.
Yeah, that was sad.
First off, the art section seems pretty big.
Not fixing.
I'm not really.
D is blocked.
Oh.
Up the ladder. Anyways, the art area seems to be pretty popular. I don't know if it's more popular like on Twitter or stuff like that, but there's a lot of art awards that I didn't think was so popular, but maybe there's a huge Max Cape keychain market I don't know about.
The best like art stuff that's going on out there. Look them up on Twitter. SD. They make some good 3D printing shit for RuneScape stuff. They're pretty great. So there you go. There's my nomination. Whatever it is that they qualify under, SD for Golden Gnome.
Is this all voted on by the people?
Yeah.
Everything?
I think
no, it's the last.
I think that they decide the nominate. They decide the nominations. I think, and then players get to vote on it after. I believe
there's a couple that I think at the bottom too, like the lifetime achievement or the community ones, whichever one's at the very bottom.
Yeah, community ones. Because I'm thinking though, like for best old school streamer, for example, I always feel like it's the same kind of nominees.
Yeah.
But then each year they just try to pick a different person rather than whoever is literally like analytically and statistically number one all the time.
Yeah, like Bodhi, Sick Nerd, Foe, and all of them.
Yeah, like it seems a little bit repetitive in that sense, who gets nominated. And then I feel like they're somewhat afraid to give it to like someone back to back, even though they may deserve it. Or if a new streamer is also the best streamer, it's like, I don't think they would actually give that out.
Let them get MVP and Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, like they would limit it to that. I don't know. If someone deserves it, I think they should get the back-to-back wins or win 2 awards if they actually were the best.
And new.
Although,
yeah.
To be fair with this, if it is decided on the people, like we could say we want new people, but you got to talk to the other Reddit normies to stop nominating them.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, it ain't happening. Unless a new person's like really stand out.
I kind of side with Abra on this. I think there should be like more new categories. Also, just looking at it, I think there should be like a category for like you got to play like on your strong suits. I feel like hardcore Iron Man is big right now in RS. It's like why not have like a worst hardcore Iron Man death or like best
Nice.
moment. You don't have to give them a golden gnome, but like have like I don't know, something.
It's a consolation prize.
Yeah, like I feel like there could be more variety in here personally.
Also, I wonder, like, what if they separated, like, they just have an art section, but like, there's not anything specifically music. I would love for them to have more incentive, like, incentivize people to do more music things.
I think for the I feel pretty strong about Poison Potion. I've watched a lot of his content and I've heard a lot of people talk about him. He's pretty good with the whole hardcore and like non-restricted hardcore Iron Man basically is what he does. So he'll go out into the wilderness, etc. Apart from that, a new upcoming streamer, I'd probably say Fat Clouds maybe. He's pulling a lot of views and he just got partnered. That's probably about it.
Hey, and thanks for the shout out, Celastrus.
What do you mean?
That's like that was my impersonation of Fat Clouds.
Oh.
That was a dud.
You gotta hit the
No
vape.
one. That was a dud.
Should have typed.
Can we edit that out? Bro, no one said a word.
I would have went for the vape thing.
And a
Anyone-
swing and a
anyone in the
miss.
chat get that?
Swing and a miss.
Anyone in the chat get that?
Nah, no, you dead as fuck with that one.
Damn.
I don't know who's gonna win the art because I haven't seen people horning over Zuhar's stuff or whatever in a while.
I don't know. I think that I gotta say I am surprised at all like the art and creativity and stuff like those type of awards there.
I
That
have
is
an
so weird.
awesome-
There's so many more art categories than streaming.
Yeah.
I have an awesome art picture if you want to put it up on stream towards the end, Randy, when we talk about random miscellaneous stuff, because I want to bring up a topic from.
You can link it. I'll
Something
look
that
at it. I
happened.
won't put it on the
Okay.
stream though.
Okay, it's funny.
I'll give you 5 mil if I laugh.
A chuckle.
Well, you have to get the concept too.
Mm.
Picture this. Cringe.
All right. Anyone else have anything more to talk about on the golden gnomes?
Golden. No.
All right. So we got the scheduling changes. So game updates are now coming on Wednesdays instead of Thursdays. And the weekly Q&As have been moved from Wednesdays to Thursdays. So kind of a switch between the two. What do you think about so like for 7.5 years we had updates on Thursdays, but now to Wednesday. So that's a pretty big change. What do you think about this change? What do you think about just everything going on with those scheduled changes? What kind of impact you think that's going to have? And what do you think about the change?
All right. So the Q&A has been on Thursday before. It's moved around a little bit, so that's whatever. Although
real quick, Q&A has spent more time on Thursdays than it has Wednesdays.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Used to love looking forward to them coming out with that like on update release day, then they talk about it afterwards.
Yeah. I used to watch all of them, but I don't know. It's just weird because it's what people are used to. But I'm sure people will get used to this. It's fine. I mean, it doesn't really do anything for me because like I'm always like at work when the update's happening anyway. So it just means I'll restart my client on a different day. I don't know. I don't think it's a huge thing. It's just that legacy thing. That's it.
I don't think it matters too much, really. Yesterday, I thought yesterday was Monday, so
Damn.
it doesn't
was
really make a difference to me.
Friday. You really couldn't be that like
Opposite end.
yeah.
Well,
like,
the quarantine, your days are all jumbled together. You wake up, the sun's up. You go back to sleep. You wake up again, the sun's down. You're like, what the hell? What time is it? And it's Thursday. I don't know.
Jeez.
Sounds like a Howie prom.
Yeah. Well, I'm not working, so I'm not doing anything.
Just gaming.
Gaming and taking the dog outside.
That'll be me for the next week. All right, Dan, thoughts?
Do they state why they're making this change, or is it just kind of we're doing this and
Let
that's that?
me open it up here.
Like,
And
I'm curious as to why the change was.
I think it's just for like
Uh,
scheduling changes for like when stuff gets out, when
They-
they can start getting feedback.
they expressed in the post here that it allows them more time post update to monitor and engage with the update after its release.
I like that actually, because sometimes they release something and then not
Doesn't
that it
get
gets
fixed on Monday.
abused, but yeah, like people.
They go on
Well,
their weekend and then
Yeah.
And people just exploit shit.
Also, a little bit of the negative. Any well, I was gonna say neats out there, but people who take off work on Friday to get like a nice gaming session in Friday, Saturday, Sunday on the Thursday update. Now they got to take off a couple days for extra weekend, but that's only a small specific group of committed individuals.
that is something though. I mean, a lot
Yeah.
of people do take off for that kind of stuff.
I wonder though why they did Wednesday instead of like Monday or Tuesday, because then you'd have even more time.
Because I think Monday you want to make sure that the update's all good to go before release.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah. All right.
I don't know. Wednesday probably does make the most sense because you've got 2 days in your week prior to release, and you have 2 days in the week after release. So it allows you to. It makes. I've never really thought about it before, but it makes a whole lot of sense being set up that way.
I would think of it as like obviously you do most of the work on it like the previous week, and then you let the weekend go by, fresh eyes. You look at it for one more day. So yeah, an update on Tuesday.
Yeah, I think I think that it's a good change, and I think that it'll end up being beneficial as well.
Yeah, but it's certainly better than Thursday.
Yeah, I think it was a smart decision. Good on them for that.
Big ups.
Yeah. So we have the fishing skill boss dev blog, and with this here, let me link it in just a minute because the folder is moving. Here we go. So with this, they gave us a lot of good info. So that's going to be one of the things that I wanted to kind of talk about is that they actually highlighted the XP. So the XP scales between level 35, level 70, and it should offer the best fishing XP in the game. At that level,
Slightly inaccurate.
At level 35, they're looking for it to be about 30k an hour. At level 70, they're looking that it would be no more than 55 to 60k an hour. It appears that you can't get any higher than that. They have not explicitly stated, but it seems like your XP, kind of tops off at level 70, and you can't get any higher, at like 99, for example. They haven't said that, but perhaps we should assume that blindly. But what are your with them? So with them coming out with the fishing boss right after the release of Big Like Skilling for Construction, do you think that this is too close in time proximity for a release? And based on the view of it, it appears that this is more so geared towards Iron Man as that Mahogany Homes were. What's your initial thought reading the deadline? And the rates?
So the initial look at like the numbers, that's exactly what I went to. I was like, so you're telling me the XP at level 70, but am I getting the same rates as a level 70 fishing account would at level 99?
Yes.
Do they say that anywhere though?
That's what I'm.
Well,
Yeah,
that's one of
Because
the scale stuff.
they don't state that. I mean, what if it's 85k an hour at 99 and they say, oh well, I don't know. It says scales 35 to 70, but hopefully it does just top out at 70, at level 70, and your fishing level after that is meaningless.
Well, that's
Yeah.
kind of what that means.
Fair enough. It would have been nice maybe just to say caps out at level 70 rates or something like that.
Semantics.
Well, I think that it allows them too much creative freedom, and I think they did a fantastic job giving XP rate estimates. I just think they should have made it explicitly clear. The XP per hour at level 70 does not change any higher level than that.
And then let me see. I know there was another question about this. Okay, that one's gone. When I looked at it first, the boss itself, seeing the fish swirling around in it.
It's work in progress.
Oh, okay. Well, I initially just went to that looks like the thing in the middle of Winter Todd. And then
you talking about this swirly boy?
Yeah, it's copy and paste.
Yeah, we need swirly boys. Where's the bullet blender Zuck?
That was
There was-
something serious.
It just looks. It's like fishing Todd. I mean, there's crates. There's Tome of Water. Drip. What is it? Damp pages. I was gonna say dripping pages. Not a fan of the content itself personally, but I do like how they at least provided some sort of detailing as to the expected rates and levels.
Yeah, massive improvement. So good on them in the pre-release information that they're giving out. I think they've done a far better job at that. Huge step up in quality.
Depending on how the crates go, this might be another somewhat meta for irons. If you're getting 60k an hour doing this mini game or whatever, it could, like, for example, Winter Todd is everyone that makes an Iron Man does Winter Todd right off the bat because it gives you GP, it gives you herbs, seeds, fish, etc. Like, it gives you a whole bunch of starting supplies essentially. Now, however, if this is going to be the same scenario
People
and
would
give you
do
a bunch
both.
of fish, it's going to be right after 99 fishing or right after 99 fire making at Winter Todd, people are going to go straight to this and do 99 fishing and then bank like probably 30 mil cooking XP or something from the crates. I don't know. That's my assumption, is that if it's going to be bad fishing XP, it might be really good cooking XP because they're going to give you a bunch of fish in the crates. Because 60k an hour, that's 5-tick barb, isn't it?
Yeah,
Just about a little more.
yeah, those rates are 5-tick barb at 99.
And you can get that at 70.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be the new meta for people that don't want to do 2-tick or barb or whatever, and just do that and get a bunch of resources in the making. Not a fan of it.
So I love the improvement in the pre-release information that they're giving it to us. However, I don't think that the content fits into the skill. I think that Mahogany Holmes did a poor job of giving us information, but was executed very well and fits in an area that makes sense. However, for fishing is perhaps, I mean, it's certainly in tier 1 of best balanced skills. So, and just like variety that you got out there. So you've got 5-tick barbarian fishing, which is overall throughout the game the most trained fishing method. You can 3-tick barb as well and get 50k more an hour. You can 2-tick swordfish, get the most fishing XP per hour at the sacrifice of the bonus XP that you get from that. You can do minnows, so that's 4. You can do minnows and you can get like sharks, which big for Iron Man. You can do that. What else is there? The most AFK is Karambwans. So number 5, Karambwans for the most AFK well, realistically, I mean, it takes like 2 minutes to fill up an inventory. I'm not counting shark and shit because the spot at Karambwans does not move. Then on top of that, you see other people that do monkfish as well as a more AFK alternative to barb fishing. So those are like 6 common fishing training methods that people do. And I think that it's hard when there's that many options for players out there. I feel like it's hard to come out with something that works. And I don't know if this fits in any real gap other than, for Iron Man. That, because, I mean, when we're talking Iron Man, the content that they can release is really infinite with the amount of gaps for use that they can put it in. But for main accounts, this doesn't really seem like it's going to be all that. Does anyone know what kind of XP per hour that you can get 3 ticking at level 70?
Let's just kind of scale. I don't know exactly how big.
It's like around 60, 65 to 80, somewhere around there.
Give me a minute.
But on top of that, though, to add, if this comes out and they add the Tome of Water, then what's to say they're going to add the Tome of Air and the Earth? And where's that going to come from? Runecrafting Todd and Smithing Todd? Like, oh, well, no, we already have Smithing Todd, but like if they add this, they're going to have to add, people are going to want the Tome of Air, then the Tome of Earth, and then
Avatar this shit. Okay, I think you get around 69 to 77k through taking it 70. Yeah, nice.
Okay.
Also the barrel that you can get. I'm just reading through all this stuff.
The barrel of fish.
Yeah, like it's a pack yak, isn't it? It's just another inventory. You fill up, so you can carry way more.
Well, I mean, you can't take them out. Only at a bank.
But I'm saying like
Kawambwans.
That's what I'm saying, like iron.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That's gonna be nice for Kawambwans because Kawambwans are really good for cooking, and they're already fast as is.
Oh, that's good.
I actually might do that for fishing.
And then what's it called? The tackle box as well.
Yeah, it's more for UIM, I think.
Yeah, just my point being, like, barrel will be an Iron Man thing. Tackle box, iron, Ultimate Iron Man.
Why not just add tool belt?
That's what. Yeah, I was gonna say that's what it is.
We're getting closer.
Yeah.
In a roundabout way, that's kind of like what some of this kind of content is adding.
Slowly pushing it.
Yeah.
Trash.
All right, so yeah, there's lots of different ways to look at this. I didn't really think about it for iron. It seems quite good for them, but realistically, let's be real here. This is coming into game. No question about that.
It ain't failing a pull.
Yeah,
certainly not. I'm fine. I'm all for the casual player. This is probably the people that are going to get the most impact from it. It's like, I could see, as long as it's like somewhat enjoyable, like people will do this over 5-tick barb even at 99. So I got a love for the casual, so I'm all good with it.
I don't know. I have a hard time seeing how this really fits in. Like,
yeah. So that
so like with fishing.
Oh, like, you mean for the meta?
Well, no. Let me just present 2 options to you. You either want to play the game or you don't. That determines if you tick manipulate or you don't. Oh, you know what? For fishing as well, I forgot about the fishing trawler just to get the outfit. But like what I'm saying is that like you don't really fit. Like there's not. Is this supposed to be content that's in between ticking and AFKing? But
my guess is does
that need to be an area that needs to be explored?
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Because I don't remember reading it seeming that it's going to be that high effort. Because my assumption would be this is just what you would do, like full stop up until level 70. Then you can look at, all right, now what do I want to do? But the tiny other thing I was going to say is just like thematically, this is a little bit weird to be like fishing, because aren't you just like loading harpoons? Like, are you doing any fishing? Like, it's very vaguely fishing related because like, oh, the sea spirit, blah blah blah, but you're not actually doing any fishing. Like, fishing seems like one of the most pure skills out there. Like, even with fucking whatever it's called, the falconry fishing, aerial fishing thingy, like, you're still catching fish. You ain't catching fish here. You're just harpooning a water sucker.
Yeah, I think this should be more like concerning to certain like there
It's not
is
about
no
concerning.
concern like I don't understand why times being like Randy said, there is no gap for this. Like when you compare it to Wintertide, there was only one way to train fire making prior to Wintertide. And like if you didn't like that, you basically just had to deal with it. So like I felt Wintertide fit in a gap. Same thing with like Volcanic Mine when it fits in the gap of average XP, average GP kind of between hardcore granite with no money and high XP, and then motherload mine with some money and like really bad XP. There's just no gap here that
Blast
it
Mine
like,
gets no
fits
love.
into. Do what?
I said Blast Mine gets no love anymore.
I was thinking about that, but that also is like a balance. This like I just don't see what the point of this is
Yeah,
besides like Celastrus was saying with just to cater to Iron Man. To me, this is I don't know. It just seems a lot different, and it doesn't fit. And also, when you have like some dead fishing content, this kind of goes into another question. But like fishing trawlers in the game too, and like that's just like dead. Like how much fishing stuff do you need to pump into the game?
Yo, actually, hold on. Idea. Why don't they just fucking scrap this and make Trawler better?
That's what I was talking to Randy.
Make
true.
make Trawler
You
have
go out on the
replayability
boat.
besides just getting the outfit. There's an idea.
Yeah.
I
Who has
also
ever
have
done
some.
post outfit Trawler?
No.
Not a soul.
I saw some people doing it. I don't know why, but
Also,
No.
they
just one more
said they
thing,
liked the mana rays. That was probably Benny's.
What?
They probably lost a bet. That's
Hey,
the,
problem. I just feel like some skilling stuff should be left skilling too. Like, do we really need a boss for every single skill? It's like I feel like that's the direction it's headed.
I remember there was a concept for I mentioned like a construction boss. It's basically just fucking like Attack on Titan.
Rune crafting Todd win.
now that is a skill that could do with
Stop.
some updating.
Why are you mentioning this rune
That's
craft?
where that's where you would get the tomb of lava.
No, rune crafting's perfect.
Make RC great for once.
There it is. Yeah, runecrafting could do with some updating. It
Although
is,
so yeah, it is. Just thinking again, like it's so weird that like if you're kind of disregarding tick manip, this basically would be like I'm pretty sure just always best XP. Have they really done that before? Like made something that is like significantly better, like that you pretty much would have to be dumb not to do.
Winter Todd for irons.
Well, okay, so I'm not thinking about irons.
Sad.
Me neither.
Gem Knights for thieving.
Well, pre 99. Well, all right, whatever. I'm gonna shut up.
I'll keep going. Why do you think I'm knocking out Gem Knights right now? Hope they nerf this shit one day. It's worse than Ardy Knights.
For sure. No pouch.
You liking that new gem sack?
Oh yeah, it's lovely.
all right.
Sure.
Do you guys think that they should keep pumping out all these skilling updates? You know, they within the same week they release the Mahogany Homes, and then they come out with a fishing fishing boss dev blog. I don't know. For me, I think that with how quick of a turnaround this is looking, it does. And you know, I know that they are working in hard to schedule times due to manpower and possible availability. But to me, my initial reaction to seeing that there's a fishing skilling boss coming out, and right after an update that seemed rushed and came in within 3 weeks, it seems to me like there's not really a plan that's in place, but that these updates seem to be more impulsive, not really planned. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts?
Skilling bosses, it just doesn't sound right to me. I know on podcasts or Q&As, that's kind of a question that's been out often. I like seeing it. What's it called? What's that one where the venues ruined all the ore?
Volcano.
There you go. I was gonna say volcano, but yeah, Zolcano. Like I like it when you're using your skills for a boss rather than using the boss for your skills. Like I shouldn't be.
Oh,
Huh?
quote of the year.
Like Wintertide, you're going there for XP instead of like at Zolcano, you're not going there for XP, but you're
Okay.
using your skills to then kill the boss or defeat the boss, whatever. So yeah, I'm not a fan of skilling bosses that become the way you train that skill entirely. So scrap all of those, in my opinion. Skilling updates. I sound like an older person. I guess I am an older person now. I don't like anything being updated, to be honest with you. I'd like, if I could, I would like to try to do meta that would be like 2014. Scrap the GE, maybe. Let's go back to Zybez.
Oh, no way.
Christ. An
Not-
ode
not
to
a chance.
Zybez.
No, it is,
But yeah, I like. I mean, if I could stay competitive by doing the older methods, I would, but I can't. So Trickcool does them for me, and I live through him.
You RuneScape vicariously too, Trickle. I'm with Dan on this one. What other skilling bosses would you like to see? None. Yeah, I don't know much to say besides I do agree it's too quick, and I actually think what Dan said makes sense. Like, you gonna skill, you need to train the skill instead of like killing bosses. So just +1 to Dan.
So, thinking of skilling bosses, what do y'all think about this, though? In my opinion, Wintertod is too AFK. Is that controversial or no?
No. It was
No.
it was a failed update.
Yeah. I don't know, it has a little bit going for it. But, alright, so just general scaling updates. I'm fine with more scaling updates. It's nice to be getting some skill and love. I haven't been keeping spreadsheets of how many skilling updates. I remember there were periods where it seemed like we weren't really getting anything. So I don't know, this feels kind of nice, even though it's not really for me. Like just in a general game sense, it's kind of nice. As long as it's not like necessarily new meta defining, like literally for everyone, because like I don't know, most people are normal accounts. Like if it's
it might be meta defining for 35 to 70.
Well, okay, yeah. Well, whatever. I'm talking about like post 99.
I'm cool with early level stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
updated,
if y'all
like,
want to make like pre 99 stuff a little
Yeah.
better, then that's fine. So be. But like things might get a little weird if it's post 99. Then we'll see what happens. Although it's kind of interesting. My mindset is as soon as I finish at 200 mil, I literally don't care how the journey was. Fuck it. Everyone else can have an easier time. So y'all might not like that, but I think casuals would love me. But yeah, I really don't. Other skilling bosses, yeah, I haven't given it too much thought, but yeah, I don't know exactly where I stand with them. Like in terms of like, yeah, that's the question. What is it? Is it a boss or is it a skilling method? That's the big distinction I think that needs to be made. Because like, yeah, Zolcano was an actual skilling boss. Wintertod is not a skilling boss. It's an AFK skilling method.
Yeah, that's true. You just sit there.
They did advertise it though as a skilling boss. They,
Well, they're advertising it wrong, in my opinion.
Well, that I mean.
Oh, well, if you're talking about the fishy thing, then they're advertising it wrong. If you're talking about Zolcano, then yeah, that's right. But I don't know. You can give me more time. I'll think about if anything could or would, whatever.
I agree with both of you. I mean, I'd rather see actual methods rather than a type of skilling boss where
Yeah.
you get an XP and you get a reward rather than you just get XP and the item.
It's like they're just masking it.
Like, and before you get 10k XP in fishing after each game.
Yeah, that's something I didn't think about. It's like the whole like lump sum skill XP drop. I don't think that's a good thing for skilling.
Oh no, I don't like that as a concept either.
I like the like. This is why I think fishing is so balanced. Like, if it's per fish, then it's really, up to you, like how much effort you want to put into it with tick manipulation. So
I think it only makes sense for like Slayer with the Jad or Zuck task, because then you actually have to risk and like be good at it. I'm kind of glad they didn't really do. Actually, never mind. I haven't thought about Hespori. It's not a thing you can consistently do, but there's types, so it don't even need anything.
Yeah, I mean, with this blog coming out, it just doesn't feel like to me that they have like a multi-month plan scheduled out. It just feels like something that's being, like an impulse release. I mean, people aren't really crying wanting skill. Okay, there may have been people that wanted to see an alternative to construction. That I'll concede to.
yeah, but there was no alternative.
Yeah. Are people really asking for a 10th different method on how to fish? I don't
think so.
It doesn't feel like this should be because I mean, this is going to be like the primary, like the next big thing that comes to the game. With Mahogany Homes just being out, it doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like it's the best time to release it. Why not come out with it in, I don't know, 4 months or something? I don't know.
I think the only other thing that really makes any sense, and it could either be a boss or it could be a mini game or whatever, but certainly something. I would love to see more utilization of like and decent XP for like trapping methods like Larupia, like that kind of deadfall, or not deadfall. You know what I'm trying to talk about. I remember they pitched something way back when with like you do with a group and you'd be catching mammoths and whatever before we got them in the wildy.
Or we can do RS3 and catch dinosaurs together.
That sounds fun. But why does it have to be a skilling boss? Like, I don't know, Abra just like.
Well, yeah. So that's why I'm saying it could be or just like a mini game or whatever.
Yeah, well, why not make like more mini games?
Group mini game.
Yeah.
Where is the love for mini games? What was the last mini game we got?
Yeah. That's why I said. That's why I think they should like do something to Trawler if they want to do something.
Yeah. Trawler's definitely up there.
You could put that boss into Trawlers, add the boss into Trawler, and then like you battle the boss on the ship or whatever.
And that could even be like a kind of just optional thing. Like it would give you XP as you fight it, and it'd also give you like good activity bar, or you could just be a lazy shit and just bail water down bottom.
Because why not take a dead piece of content and make it better?
Yeah.
Rather than keep the dead and then add something brand new.
I'm with you. You listen to Jagex?
I don't think dead content's
yes,
good for
Jagex
the
in the chat.
Yeah, Husky's in chat.
Hello, Husky.
Like, and with the outfit, I'm not gonna dive into the other question, but I'm just saying like if you get that angler outfit from Fishing Trawler, I feel like you should get the cosmetic upgrade also from Fishing Trawler.
Well, let's move right into that question then. And I'll put the picture of it in the chat here. So it's called the Spirit Angler's outfit. I'd say this is one of the best displays that they have done for an outfit because it's like not just a screenshot, which you see, like this is a full 360 rotating. That's a really good presentation for it. What do you guys? So this is something that you can get from the skilling boss, and it would be a cosmetic change to the angler's outfit. What do you think about how it looks? Do you think that they should do stuff like similar to that with the other outfits that they have in the game right now? So like the lumberjack, construction, prospector, the other outfits. What do you think?
Does it give an extra boot? Does it give any boost, or is it the same? It's just a cosmetic.
It's the same, just cosmetic. I like it. I think that they.
I like that over angler.
I like the options of it, and with it being cosmetic and like I like it. I think that they should kind of do that with the other ones as well. I don't know. I'm not creative enough to give suggestions for what they could potentially look like, but I think that there is a way that here you go. There's a suggestion there. So the minigame reward shop was passed. It passed a poll back in 2013 or 2014. Still never came out. I think that something like that could fit into a
Outfit reskins.
well, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like doesn't give any more XP, but it's just a different variant to the thing. I like how this looks as well. It certainly gives you it's because it's so drastically different from how the angler looks as well.
Mhm.
And I don't hate the angler. I don't hate this. I think that they both look good and fine. And I like how it gives, people are always going to eat up Fashionscape. So anything that they do for that, I'm all for.
As long as you can use pieces from the different ones and they just all count as fishing outfits, then that's fine. But yeah, I think it looks fine. Although I wonder if that is what people would prefer. Well, okay, I think I have an idea, but I wonder if it would be appropriate to not only just have it be something that you attach to an angler outfit, but what if you could just get that from the content? So you're basically getting the outfit from the boss too. I don't know how would people.
Oh, so to completely bypass fishing trawler then?
Is
that because that's what it sounds like you're saying? Because I don't know. I wouldn't like that. I mean, fishing. I don't like that. Fishing trawler is fine as it is, and it has its purpose. People go there, they do it.
Well, there's also area
like-
fishing, but that is slower. But
you
it depends how we
you
go
roll
about
up. You roll up to fishing trawler, and you just tell why I'm here.
it. Yeah,
And
it just depends how we do it. If we're putting this in trawler, then it's a moot point. But
I like it. I hope they come out some more variants in the future.
Yeah, it looks fine. Yeah, I'm all for variants. That's fine. Ward salad.
My initial thought was, does it get rid of your angler outfit?
I think you can take it off of it. I think, but then you just lose it. It's like on. Was it a specific item, or don't you just use the bait on it?
It was something including like the bait
Spare
and then
baits,
attaching it like to your. It's almost like an
Right.
attachment. Does it consume
Oh
your
yeah.
angler?
So so it's not a unique item that you have to roll for. It's just you regularly get the spirit bait from the boss, and you can give some of that to an NPC, and you'd be like, "Hey, use this on this specific piece of angler,"
Right.
and then you can take it off, but you don't get the bait back.
Okay, you can take it off because I was thinking like there's
Like
got to be. I think there's a master clue step, right? And I just wanted to make sure that you could also use this outfit.
Oh yeah, no,
for
they would definitely do
angler.
that. They would definitely do that.
Other than that, I mean, yeah, it looks. I like that it, like Randy said, I like that it's completely different. Like, I don't want people walking around with like blue angler outfit, and then you're saying, "Oh, it's something different." Like, it actually
There's
looks.
Yeah,
There's gonna be that person.
it's like a much better graceful, really, when you think about it.
There'll be that person with like the blue angler outfit with the hat and then like a red body, green legs, like
A rainbow outfit trawler
Yeah.
or rainbow fishing.
Yeah, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I really like it. It's not just a basic recolor; it's a full redesign.
Yeah.
I think
props
that's
for
real good on them with that.
master skill capes.
Yeah. I think it definitely looks really good. I like it. Should they do similar stuff to other skilling outfits? I think definitely. I don't think there's a bad thing I don't think cosmetic changes are ever a bad thing. As long it doesn't affect XP or anything. But like I said, the only problem I have with it is I think this should be something that you get from fishing trawl. I don't understand why something that would
put the boss in
attach
fishing
to
trawler.
the angler would be like come from a different place. Plus, like fishing trawler already gives rewards in fish as well if you complete the. I don't know. I just think they could totally
Combine.
touch. Yeah. Combine this with fishing trawler, and you could actually probably make something pretty fun.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
But yeah, I think they should do stuff to other outfits. Like I said, I don't think there's such thing as like a bad cosmetic update.
Well, there certainly is, but
Yeah, well, it's subjective. So
rabbit egg outfit.
I mean, I personally like the trawler the way it is over the new one in this blog, but I do think that it looks nice. Like I can see how some people would want it. I'm totally okay with just a cosmetic change. So.
Belongs in a music video.
Shout out to the
I
Mind Shield.
completely agree with Vegeta.
Videos.
Vegeta's whole statement, I completely agree. Cosmetics sometimes won't really hurt the game, i.e. skill capes, master skill capes, 120 capes. It's a cosmetic, it doesn't hurt the game.
2 years later, hey, you want some?
Yeah, can we get perks on these?
Yeah, I'm all for a good cosmetic update.
I just have to say, no bad cosmetic updates. Take a look at that gnome shield. That big ass head on a shield.
Randy has made me question the no bad cosmetic update several times.
Yeah,
This
back when
man shows up.
dude, it was fantastic. Oh yeah, like you so like right now on my alt, I'm currently rocking. So like I have the Tanzanite mutagen. I got that from Zulra on my alt, and so like if you use like the zombie blue skin, the Tanzanite helm, you wear shorts, and then like the what are the like
Bastard.
yeah
Oh,
a Varax top, because that reveals a lot of skin. And then you also use the it's like the holy wraps or something, I don't know, on your feet. Then you can like I look so fucking blue. It is just
Naked blue man.
yeah, like it's
bro, he is absolute neon blue walking around the GE. This man is a walking billboard.
Yo, the blue man
Oh,
gone crazy.
The
yeah.
alt when you came to my one bill, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were blue as hell.
Looks ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of fun. So Fashionscape is good.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to talk about leagues here. So there's a lot on here. I gotta say, I'm not too informed on what it is that's going on with all of the changes and everything that's going on with it. But for you guys who've had a chance to read it over, take a look. What do you think? So, and this is the second league that they're doing. The first league that they did was Iron Man only, locked onto Zaya. This is different. You pretty much kind of locked to the rest.
Mestlin.
Yeah, which I think is like Varrock, Lumbridge, Falador, kind of like that area. Like, I'm pretty sure it's like east of like that gate that's at Fally. I could be wrong, or maybe it includes Camelot.
You're a
There's a
little
lot.
off.
Well, there's
I'll
a
go
lot.
into it.
There's a lot
There's
of
a lot of
more
stuff to read.
land mass. But what do you guys think? Does this appeal to be more attractive than the last one? Does it make you consider want to do it?
Abra, do you know a lot more about it? Just off the
I
top.
probably do. Although I don't know everything, but I can probably be decent with it. Although some might be slight speculation / guess / recollection. But so
give us what you got.
okay, right. So the rundown, basically, how I recall it, the start. Basically, it's just region locked, and so you're starting. The lock that you had was a little off. The starting area is Misthalin, which is I think pretty much all the stuff except Mortania, like east of the River Lum, that runs all the way. So like Falador is not in that. And then as you do tasks, you can unlock new areas, but I think you might be limited on how many regions you can have at once. I think, or at least that would be a good way of doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you still in Iron?
Yeah, you're still in Iron. And
Okay.
although, the relics are a little bit different, and there's permanent relics instead of just all being choices. Like, as you tier up, you get passive things. Like, so everyone's going to be getting free run energy. You don't have to choose that. And
Okay.
yeah, some of the relics seem quite powerful. I'd have to look back at them, but yeah.
So I mean, to be not short and sweet, but straight to the point. I never play these leagues. I don't think they could really do anything that'll entice me to play, but I have heard of more of like my friends being interested in it, since you can unlock different regions rather than just being stuck in one area the whole time. I do like that they switched up the relics too, rather than just repeating the same thing. That would be fairly boring. There's a lot, like my friend group at least is really looking forward to it. Me not so much, but I am an overall fan of the regions being a little more open.
All right, I think it looks very nice, and it's nice that people are going to have a lot more choice. My guess is it's going to be a lot more attractive because also like Twisted, like being stuck on Zaya where people weren't most of the time, like pretty much what would you go to Zaya for before? Like some people would go for Lizardman, you go for like the AFK runecrafting, Wintertod, and Slayer from the Catacombs, and that's pretty much it.
Wintertod is on Zaya.
Yeah. But yeah, so
forgive me, I never walked there.
No, that's fine. So there weren't a lot of good reasons to go on Zaya, so that was them forcing it. So now with people being where they already know their surroundings and shit, and also having more choice, I think it's going to be a lot more interesting this time. But of course, I'm not going to do it. Have fun, y'all. Maybe I'll watch a little bit. Maybe it ain't for me.
I might play it. If I do play it, it'll be on an alt while I finish up 200 mil thieving. But I'll probably give it a try on an alt. I mean, the Twisted League was enjoyable. I honestly don't think anything could probably top that one. I don't know. I might be a little bit biased, but the gridlocked one sounds all right. I think myself and a few others might be a little bit shocked that it's not in Mauritania because of settled. I think a lot of people were their presumption was going to be that it would be in Mauritania. But I guess we'll just see on how it maps out and what the rewards are. I think that's going to be my determination factor of if I do play it on an alt or not, depending on the rewards.
I think Mauritania is way too limited.
Agreed. Yeah.
And also, I think people were already kind of giving him a little bit of shit for some updates seeming catered to him or whatever.
Fair, yeah. Well, you can go to Mauritania on this one too, I believe, as well. So
I mean, you can, but you'd have to
win-win.
unlock it. You can't by default.
Yeah, you have to unlock it.
It's really weird though that Fossil Island is counted as starting in Mistland stuff, so you'll have instant access to that.
Fossil Island's pretty good.
There's a lot there.
Yeah.
What's the end goal to Twisted League? Because I wasn't here for the first one. Is it like highest total level, or is it like dead memo?
So it was by league points. Basically, tasks give points, and then based on like where you are, you get a trophy for your main account, and you get points that you can buy stuff in a shop, such as there are the twisted horns that you put on the Slayer helm to get the Olm recolor, and that's actually tradable. And I think it's probably still 20 mil plus.
You mean tasks like get 85 mining or something?
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
But then here, there's probably actually never mind. There were PVM stuff for the other one too. But yeah, just all sorts of different stuff like scaling and bosses and quests or whatever.
I'll be honest, I might try that out. To be that kind of actually sounds fun.
I think they're saying some of the tasks would be more along the lines of like craft a Fury amulet or whatever now, instead of getting the level or something like that. Whatever.
Well, I mean, of course it's going to be a mix, and there's also some global tasks instead of just all area specific things.
Does everybody have the same task?
I mean, per area, it's not that everyone gets a random generated task list. The tasks you get are determined by you based on what regions you unlock.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, the concept's really good, and I think that they've done a much better job at allowing some more customization with, the selecting of where it is that you want to do and what it is that you want to do. The It definitely seems more attractive, and that's because it's outside of Zaya. I think people are going to be more likely to do it as a result of that. Also, I think that they've done a good job listening to their feedback and that they got from Leagues 1 and how to come out with some certain tweaks to improve it for this league here. But definitely think it's much more attractive. I'm not going to be partaking in it, though. Although maybe I'll log in and do one task so I can get that cup. Because I like the people that logged in for 5 minutes last time were able to get like that cup on their main. So maybe I would do it for that. That would be the extent of what I would do on leagues, though. But it does appear to be much better this time. And the first one, you're obviously going to have. There's going to be some learning that you can get from it, and good feedback from the players that do it. And hopefully people are just as excited or even more so to do it on this one here so they can get feedback. So when the next league does come out, it's going to be good as well. But I think that this is definitely much more attractive than the initial one that they had.
At least this time they're going to have more than 1 to 3 weeks and whatnot to actually get feedback.
Yeah. And when's the start? I didn't check it. When was the start date?
Oh, I'd have to look. I don't remember.
It was on there. I'm pretty sure it was like.
It's still a bit out. It's not like next week or whatever. I don't think they gave a start date to it. It's pending development.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
All right, Vegeta. I had you make these 2 questions here. 'Cause I was kind of busy. Can you kind of talk about it here, the ideation post and some of the other stuff? Can you read off these few questions?
Yeah. So, on the no thoughts on the ideation post, I specifically noticed and wrote down there was some talk about in the future. I don't know how soon or whatnot time frame, but improving the skilling guilds. They said to make like an overall skilling guild possibly, or just to buff the current ones, and then to add skilling guilds for skills that don't have them. That sounded confusing, but it's not.
I think I understand.
So just thoughts on that. Thoughts on, pretty much just thoughts on that. There was some other stuff, but considering we're skilling clan, I just put that in there. So
Yeah. Fair enough.
Salary.
Is this? I'm trying to read through this real quick. Is this more so of like them using their downtime or their free time once a week or whatever to come up with an idea of something to add into the game?
I mean, yeah, that's what ideation is, but I don't know if we're specifically talking about the ideation post in general or specifically the skilling aspect.
We can go.
I was talking about specifically the skilling aspect.
Yeah, I'm fine with
it. It talked about, like I said, the guilds, and then it also mentioned they had the idea. I mean, contracts are already in the game, but to have like the guild master assign contracts, like the farming guild does, I guess. I think.
Yeah.
Reading through this, it looks nice.
What skill?
It looks nice reading through this with the talking about like their plans every year for like King of the Skill, hopefully Dead Man mode, and it's like how it's like spaced out in a graph every 3 months or something like that is something new. I like that, and then it talks about like Soul Wars and stuff. It's pretty neat. But there's a thing in here
that they had a prototypical Soul Wars that they were working on. I forgot about that.
I wouldn't mind that. I feel like that'd be kind of fun. Soul Wars was kind of fun back in the day. I don't know, but reading through this, it's talking about like bringing old content to old school. It seems like, and I don't know how anyone else feels about this, but even though we're all skillers for the most part, Nex, I would probably love to see that boss in the game.
I would
maybe not drop. Yeah, probably not drop Torva, Pernix, and Virtus. However, but just the boss itself and with a different drop, maybe, because that boss is like very nostalgic. I feel like to some people, including myself. I know I saw it on Twitter the other day. A lot of people were like, the RuneScape Twitter tweeted out like, "What's your favorite old pastime or whatever, something like that." And there was a lot of people that put like Nex in there including myself.
I think they need some engine work just based on like walk versus run speed, because I think next at one point ran. So how they'd have to do it right now, it'd be teleporting to. I mean, they could do it like how they foolproofed. You can't like run through the waves at Galvac and stuff like that. So they could do it. They don't really actually need engine work as long as the animation is smooth. They could definitely do that.
The closest thing we have to that, I feel like, is Nightmare. But I mean, I would love to see the boss itself next, and the icy chambers and everything like that, and then you have to kill each minion, the Umbras or whatever. Then blood phase and everything. It's all about DPS. I don't know. I would love to see something like that. I think it would be pretty neat. I don't know what the drops would be, but
I'm going through every single guild in my head. Is there anything that is meta for us? Besides, like, I guess doing your farming runs at farming guild, because
farming guild for new patches,
banking at the crafting guild.
Redwood.
Yeah, but see, like, to me, like,
crafting guild's not really even a guild. It's a glorified bank.
Whoa, I was gonna say, it's called the crafting guild, bro.
And it is labeled that. You're right, but
I have no idea what you can even do at the crafting guild. That like
I think there's a person that tans upstairs, and there's some that's it.
Tanner upstairs is about it.
I don't know I don't know how it can really be deemed worthy as a crafting guild though. If that's kind of like all that they're working with. Maybe
that's one of the things they could update.
That's where I was kind of leading towards, of like having I mean, it says improving skilling guilds. Like, I would like the skilling guilds to involve more of something that is actual useful. Like, I know woodcutting guilds got redwoods.
And it has the +7 invisible boost as well.
Right, but like no one, like, you know, when that I forget what that update was when it came out, where it was meta for a weekend to 2-tick fish at the fishing guild.
Yeah,
it was like 155 can out.
Whoa, what am I not remembering?
It was the
550 an hour. What the?
150 an hour with
550.
I thought he said 550. I was like, what?
Yeah, with the spell stall.
Okay. I know.
That's what, like, I want to see, I guess, some stuff along those lines where like we're actually using the guilds for maybe something that's a little more.
The spell stall makes me excited about doing granite.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yes to improving guilds. I'm personally not a fan of contract work. I feel as though I'm like some sort of laborer playing RuneScape if I have to go fulfill contracts. So I'm gonna say no to contracts, but yes to improving the guilds.
Go craft me 2 red dragon hind bodies.
Pretty much artisan at that point.
Which is funny, because I think back then I voted yes on that. I don't know.
I'm the 3rd time I voted yes. So I think that it's fine that they look to improve the skilling guilds that are in the game. I don't know what would be a good way of improving them. I think perhaps with it's all about, like, there's so many different play styles to where something could be good and relevant. With the mining guild, I don't think that there's any rune down there. Is there? There is.
I didn't even know there was a mining guild.
Come on, Vegeta.
I mean, there's been a mining guild since classic.
Hold on. When you teleport to I know you're at the volcanic mine right now, but when you were doing the load, you were teleporting to the mining guild on the skills.
No, I was teleporting Valley Mine right outside Mother.
Oh my god!
What?
Why'd you have to go and embarrass yourself like that?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
The skills necklace. The skills necklace says mining guild on it when you're teleporting.
Know it. But I just go to the Valley Mine. It's not. That's the Valley Mine, bro.
It ain't.
Bro, y'all are tripping.
No.
Maybe we are.
Anyway, continue, Randy.
I
I really kind of lost my train of thought.
Rune Ore Mining Guild.
Is there rune ore in the mining guild?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I was gonna think of that as a possible revamp then. I guess I don't really have anything for the mining guild on what you would update, but
Yeah, no, the expansion
slap-
they did back in like 2017 made it like actually good because it has faster respawn.
Why don't you
okay.
just slap like granite rocks in there? That way you don't have to go all the way to the desert.
Boy,
That would be a thought.
Actually train in the guild.
people do. There's iron.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, granite next.
Move on.
Vegetable.
Oh, never mind. We're not moving. In the middle of yeah. You're
Did
right.
you get more words, Mr. Vegetable?
Yo, I think. All right. So hear me out on this.
All right, it's
Like,
gonna be
if you
something stupid.
No. If you played RuneScape back in the day, like I feel like you kind of like looked at the guilds like more than what they were obviously now. Like when I was a kid, I was like, man, I wish I could get in the cooking guild. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like something you did. Like now they're so looked over. I think it would be cool. Like you're supposed to be like the master crafter that's in the crafting guild. He has the cape. Like why not have like some sort of like usefulness to it besides the bank chest, or some sort of, I don't know, some sort of method I think would be cool to actually train in the guild itself or something. But I think I think it'd be cool.
I definitely agree that some could get more love, like the crafting, but yeah. So there's some things that you could do. But
If you could pick here, let me just toss this in here in a minute. If you could pick
like adding a new one.
No. If you could pick one guild to get it, like, what would be the first guild you'd want to see getting a remake done to it?
Probably crafting, because cooking already has use now.
Cooking has about as much use as you could give it. I'd probably say crafting.
Yeah, crafting sounds fine, unless you'd be adding more. Like I could understand maybe a hunter, but so it's interesting. Like you might want to give them a little more love, but at the same time, at least especially with the idea of like having like a master like skill or whatever guild, I am not a fan of that because I don't want people to just be localized in these couple areas. Like I want to see people everywhere. I don't want everyone to be focused in one place because it's the best no matter what.
Well, everybody's at the crafting guild right now, so
They're there for a bank. It's there's no reason to do crafting just for bank standing over any other. It's good. It's a the point of the crafting guild at this point is not for guild purposes. It's for a teleport to a bank. That's what it is. It's not a guild. It's a bank teleport, man.
Is it the maxing guild or the banking guild?
Okay.
What would you kind of call it then?
I would say more banking. But so that is one thing though. It's been a long time since anyone's talked about that. I do want a max guild, but not that it would be like a hub, but just, like it would have a bank and like some flavor NPCs. Like it looked kind of nice, but there wouldn't necessarily be tons of reason to go there. It would just be, maybe a new, like if you're maxed, where you would do your bank standing skills or whatever, and just flavor NPCs.
Could you give me one reason to go there?
It's just cosmetic, really. I don't know if
I thought you just said we didn't want people grouping up. You're gonna have all max players grouping up, bank standing.
I'm talking about skilling methods. If it's for banking, I don't care. I'm talking about skill methods. But I don't know about any actual content. It would just be cosmetic mostly. And then I don't think we really talked about the general ideation. Well, a little bit. Okay, so I haven't read this blog in a long time, and I'm not in the position to be reading right now with how my eyes are. But yeah, I'm also for new content, like whatever this puzzle elemental thing is. That could be cool. Whatever this little can you survive the nightfall? Whatever that is, like using ideation for new mini games and whatnot. I'm a big fan of that. Like I think the Hallowed Sepulchre was originally just ideation for a standalone. It says I didn't care at all about Soul Wars, so that's whatever. If it's not much work, that's fine. But yeah, for new stuff, I would love new, fun, innovative stuff.
It's a hard
Next.
one. I'd probably say get rid of Wintertod and make burning logs great again.
How
For the
about we
most
just
part.
how about we just make Wintertod burning logs?
You know what I don't
And
like
no
about
XP at the end.
what I don't like about Wintertod is Ed has come out in the years since and said that Wintertod
It
was
was a mistake.
yeah. Like
I recall.
Ed has said that Wintertod was a mistake and a bad update.
I guess it would be somewhat of an EHP. EHB for irons is the old Zora. That used to be really OP for banking construction,
Yep.
rune bars, and all that other stuff. But apart from that, I mean, I did like the idea of what was the fishing method where people were splashing on each other and being able to do like a 1.5 tick fishing in the wildy? Or was it 2 tick? You could 2 tick pretty much anywhere if you splash on yourself in a PvP world.
Yeah, I think that was something.
Yeah, it's 2 tick, I think.
I mean, you're using game mechanics. I don't see why not.
Yeah. That was a weird one.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
kinda
know
funny
what
that
to
you,
say on that. It's different. I mean,
It's kind of funny you mentioned Ed saying Wintertod was a mistake, and yeah, I remember that. But it reminds me of how whoever it was for RS3, they said that. Well, it wasn't RS3 at the time, but the EOC was a mistake. That was a good one.
No, yeah, definitely.
Blue, can you stop?
Newsflash.
Yeah. So we're gonna head into some of the submitted topics that we have, and first one that we have submitted by Enlin, and it is if you could bring back any EHP skilling method from the past, what would it be? So he points to examples like, the old, back in the days, vintage Slayer, which would have been like 40k an hour, slap down you're gonna cannon everything. Or like double nats, 2 tick woodcutting, and anything like that. So, if you could bring back any one, what would it be? And I thought
Did I
about.
just answer this on accident?
Yeah, you were going into it. I was like, is he looking at the wrong question?
I was, yeah. Whoops.
But with this, if I could pick one, and I thought about it a lot. So the first one would be Artie for agility. Prior to the upgrades to Brim, prior to the upgrades to Werewolf, prior to the release of Sepulture, Artie is 62.3k an hour as EHP. That would be great. But the more that I thought about it, the one that I kind of went with, thinking to myself, yeah, like Solo Lavas is up there as well. Like if there was no, like, at least I'd be like, okay, this sucks, but at least it's the best that I can do. But I'm gonna go. Another one to give some consideration to was Hunter prior to the release of Black Chins. Hate Wildy Hunter. But the one that I'm gonna choose over.
Damn, you taking all
Just
the
don't
good ones.
die.
Gee, you guys just saying everything.
Yeah, I want to revert back to old days: mining, smithing, fire making, woodcut.
We'll revert back to the old Randy.
So
Top 5 list.
Number one, moving back before tick manipulation for gatherers. Give me 5-tick barb as EHP.
Oh my
God, it's good.
How'd you get there out of all the ones you listed?
Because it's so
Bro,
nice.
imagine.
For client gaming.
Five tick barb. So it was the EHP rate for probably like might have been 2 years. So the tick manipulation with like the herb and tar stuff didn't really become wasn't really a thing until end of 2015, beginning of 2016. I think it was the holiday Christmas event in 2014 which came out with the reindeer hat, which allowed you to use snow to tick manipulate. But prior to that, and given what the mods had said at the time, was that we were to the understanding that tick manipulation wasn't really even allowed either during during 2013. So at that time, fishing 5-tick barb was the meta. That would be what I'd most like to see return to being the meta.
It's interesting to think like for what reason exactly though, like just for enjoyability or what? Because just in general, I'm fine with most. I don't have too many gripes with like what is meta, except obviously like runners, but that's just a product of like the markets, supply and demand, whatnot. But yeah, that would be nice to if we just had better methods so that people wouldn't feel as obligated to pay runners, that'd be great. So I guess yeah, RC is kind of in there, and also just give some more love to like actually RCing for money. I feel like the only way that people get like they choose to long term like do anything runecrafting related to get money is running essence. Like making double nats is dead. Well, obviously because they're low price, but you get the points. So yeah, kind of bring that back a little bit. Lava, that was a nice mix with the double nat lava. But pretty much everything else, not too many gripes.
I could agree with that. Abyss rune crafting, but I already answered this question, so my bad.
But really, yeah, just make paying runners less attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Good
on
method
board.
to make them like starve. Oh, okay, I'll run for you for 3 mil. Okay.
Ooh, that would be good.
Sounds like a lot of broke boy talk.
There wouldn't be demand because they'd be fine without runners.
I
And
agree
yes,
with
it is
any. Goddamn what? Every time I try to talk. Go ahead, get it all out.
You can go for it. I didn't say anything, Vegeta.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'd say I agree with any like nature variant stuff, but after thinking about it, I was kind of split between like I made this decision based off like what I would want like for like convenience wise. Honestly, I'm gonna say a lot back to piggyback off what Randy said of RD roofs. Let's go ahead and give like magic EHP again. Back in the day when you got above EHP imbuing on the RD roofs. That was pretty nice.
Back before there was back when the only things that you could mage for Slayer was Smoke Devils and Smoke Devils.
Yeah. Honorable mention though to superheating. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
ain't done it in 7 years.
How long have you been awake?
That was the method. That's how I got 99 magic and smithing. That's how everyone.
Before
Yeah. Well, blast furnace. You had like the blast furnace CC, but they didn't really become a thing. They weren't a thing in 2013, and when they were a thing, they were pretty poor as well. At actually hosting it. And Blast Furnace needed to have a lot of updates to it to where it became something viable to actually train XP at.
You have a bank.
Yeah, so there's a lot of reasons to not do it in the past, but yeah, superheating, how I got 99.
I have, 3 things that I'm thinking about. If we're talking just specifically how you train, I wouldn't say smithing, but I'm thinking of the era when I did 200 mil smithing was K-Shop alt while smithing my own rune items. And rune items were EHP back then. That was a great time to be alive, shopping my own rune items to the K-Shop. So I'm torn between 3, I guess. I really like 2-tick woodcutting being EHP personally. That was a lot of fun. And kind of going off Vegeta with, I guess, imbuing being the meta would be dropping Slayer back down to,
Oh yeah,
what was
Slayer's getting destroyed back to like 45, 50k
40,
an
I
hour
was gonna
maybe.
say 40, 45k an hour, and then imbuing as well.
I got like 50 mil magic from imbuing.
That was some good nostalgia there.
Those were the days.
Those were prime days, man. Imbuing on the roof.
You felt like
So-
a boss every time you fucking smacked that imbue button.
Dog.
I'm sorry, did someone
Updating
say Prime? Randy. Kidding.
updating that CML to see a bug. You did 2 hours of the ruse and you update and you get 2.2.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
But yeah, don't touch runecrafting. Runecrafting's great where it is right now. I really love the skill and having a lot of fun doing it.
More like players don't touch the skill. Wait for mods to touch it. Wait for a mod to want to train runecrafting. Cap.
So the next topic that we're going to talk about here is going to be a tweet that the Jagex Twitter put out.
Wait, did I see this? Oh, I don't think I saw this. Oh no,
so
I didn't.
Can I ask the question? So Jagex is going to be coming out with an all-new multiplayer sci-fi action RPG, and it's likely to be set to release in 2021. They don't really give a whole lot of information, other than that. Like, I got the title here, and it's called Flying Wild Hog. Title.
Oh,
I don't know
did
about
you
that
tell-
title. I don't know about the title.
What?
Tell Monster Hog about that, Randy?
If you well, I mean, that's just kind of what's in there is, and I don't know, like I think, and will always probably hold true to that, they should only as a company focus on RuneScape, and old school RuneScape. The other stuff that they've kind of branched off into have not been successful. They lost millions of dollars on that Transformers game that they were working on. That, got canceled and shut out. You had the RuneScape Idle Adventures, which was even nice as well, but that flamed out as well. I think that they should. Who am I echoing off of? I think I'm echoing off somebody, but they. I don't know. I don't like the idea of them. Because, like, here's the thing. Last time they and I'm basing it just off of this. Last time they tried coming out with a new game, cost a lot. It failed. They then raised the price of membership to try to recoup some of the money that they lost. Don't want to see it happen again. However, I will say I give it a try.
I won't give it a try. It does not sound appealing. Those are my initial thoughts.
I'm not signed up for this question, but I gotta say that name sounds like a bad Twitch name.
Yeah.
So like if you see the link that's in the tweet, it says like Flying Wild Hog. I feel like how like you'll see, so like kind of Twitch related, like when you create a Twitch clip of something, it'll like have like a random sentence that kind of like goes out. I thought that was the case, but with the link, not appears to be set to be the title. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's unless I'm totally misreading something with the quick skimming that I've done in it, but it says new Flying Wild Hog title. I don't know.
I do not think I will be flying my hog wild. It's a no for me.
It's gonna be a no from me, dog.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe Flying Wild. Dude, I don't know. I'm kind of confused reading it. The Flying Wild Hog, I think, is like the name of the developer.
Oh, that's who they partnered
The
with.
country,
Yeah.
the people they partnered with.
Oh well, we're fucking illiterate.
I'm still
Randy is
saying-
illiterate.
I'm still saying no just on that
Yeah.
alone, just for teaming up with the Flying
I
Hog.
don't really need a new game. I'm fine.
Almost sounds like a bad men's softball team at Tuesday night. We're playing the Flying Hogs tonight.
That's actually accurate as hell.
It sounds like a ladies' club, like a male strip club.
Oh, there.
I wouldn't know much about that.
Anyone else have anything for this game release? No.
We'll see what it is. Until then, I don't think we're really looking forward to anything.
I don't know. I'll give it a try.
Maybe.
Add that to the list of 50 games, Randy.
Dude, it's growing. It's not getting. It is bad. I mean, retirement's at least looking nice. I'll tell you that.
For T playing some Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I think the first one that I'm probably gonna try is gonna be Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, bro, I bought that like oh, it's so good. I bought that like it was more than a month ago. It was over the summer I bought and played that. After I burnt out after Slayer.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely in my super interest category of what I want to play. And now that since it's out on the computer as well, I don't want to play that shit on I have an Xbox so that it's pretty much just there for appearance, not for actual play anymore.
Damn, I played mine on the Xbox.
Well, shit. Well, computer is just a far superior platform.
Yeah.
However, moving on, next when we had Lord Blackout question submitted, and it was what kind of came of the discussion that Husky and I had. So last Sunday, which would have been on August 23rd, Husky and I, we had a 2-hour conversation where we were talking about we talked about the Sepulture, talked about Mahogany Homes, and kind of the ideas and philosophy behind releasing content, and we both gave our viewpoints on it. And so we initially talked about the Sepulture and Mahogany Homes, and we talked about, and I kind of highlighted how some of the points that I made in my thread on Twitter, but that the biggest concerns that I had with Mahogany Homes was that they weren't giving out the XP rates, how they say significantly slower. I kind of took that as, and as I kind of mentioned before, you can get 1 mil an hour with this skill as well. It's not looking good for what significantly slower could mean. There's 500k would still be significantly slower than current methods. So kind of talked about the lack of information being in there, which I had a problem with. And then I talked about how, in the Sepulture blogs, kind of how the XP kind of changed. And with that, we kind of talked about our differences in that. And I like to think that part of our discussion about because my main issue was the amount of XP. Well, first I had an issue with the amount of XP given how the agility skill is right now. And I kind of explained, all the different types of agility methods that are out there. But we talked about, and he kind of agreed that giving some more information on the XP rates would have been better. And he kind of talked about would it have been better if upon in development would have pulled it as saying XP rates are set to be somewhere between 70 to 100k an hour pending development. And I told him yeah, I think that would be better. Although I think that we disagreed fundamentally on the XP per hour from it, but we kind of came to an agreement perhaps it's not always the best to say what the exact XP rates are, but giving somewhat of an XP expectation, ballpark, would be something that would be beneficial. And we kind of talked about that quite a bit. We moved into Mahogany Homes, and I expressed my concerns about the creative freedom that the way it was worded had. And I mentioned that creative freedom is not being used in a positive way in this manner. There's just not enough information being pulled. And I like to think that based on the conversation that we had with that was kind of taken and put directly into the fishing skilling boss. Because they mentioned at this level, you're going to get this XP. So with that, I think that there was definitely some positives from that, just in relation to that, because something getting pulled and passed with such information ain't good. And then we talked about the volcanic mine. I passed along some of the things that I'd like to see changed in volcanic mine. They're all quality of life. So increasing the amount of points that you can have. Apparently Ash has said that that's not going to be realistic, which that's not a problem. It's not that, it just stops how often you can redeem your points. So not too concerned about that. But I would like to see a toggle option to stop getting the unidentified not herbs, the random fossils that you get. I don't want to be getting those. I'd like a toggle option for that. Something that I think is very important is the countdown timer for the start of the game. So this content was released well after the Wintertod. Wintertod tells you how long it's going to be before it starts up. Why does this not have the same? I think that's something that absolutely needs to be included in there. I'd also like if there's some kind of way of being able to see your team's points by individual, and that to be something that maybe gets not as something that's like actively on screen, because there is a lot that you already have with the time remaining and the event status sides, but something like at the end of the game, it'll just just post everything in the chat for you to see. So just a couple things like the click boxes at the B chamber over there is bad. That one needs adjusting. So some quality of life things for it. I mean, the content's been out like 2 years. These are things that could have been done week 1, and I feel, and they're not hard asks either. They're kind of within the realm of, oh yeah, that's kind of fine. Brought up the clan statues. So as you know, like on the previous podcast, we talked about how all clan statues were removed, which included the Hexis statue, and wanted them to pass on. Like, would love to get an update as to at least why that was the case. We talked about some other things as well, like what his favorite content in the game is, like thoughts on 200 mil capes, content that is locked to certain players based on their accounts, and it was overall pretty productive. Then we went in and like we talked about like testing worlds, and we were talking about like with testing world, like would testing worlds have been good for the sepulture prior to release, and then the XP per hour gets adjusted with that, and he told me he wants to see more stuff like that. I mean, they're just kind of limited as to what they can do, but overall, I thought it was a very good conversation. We both learned quite a bit from it. I really appreciated him taking his time to come and talk with me, and I mean, you can definitely tell he cares about the game, cares about his job, and is determined to continue to improve in it. So really appreciate that, and love to see the energy and passion in that. And I learned quite a bit as well. I know that I have high expectations of people kind of in everything that it is. And it kind of helps you understand their side of view as well with content releases. So pretty awesome getting to talk with them. Would love an opportunity in the future, one day to, because feel like out of everyone's control, but like I was gonna be going to Jagex back in April for the like clan system development, and that ended up being like canceled. So still nice to feel like my opinion's being heard, whether my opinion sucks or doesn't. Like RuneScape offers opportunities for talking to developers that other games just don't. Madden doesn't, 2K doesn't, and those are some of the games that I have most played other than RuneScape. So we give the team a lot of shit, but I think that's because we have high expectations due to how much better they are at community engagement than any game that there is out there. So, in closing, what's everyone been up to during the podcast?
At the volcanic mine, did some mining with the clan.
With the boys. Well, actually, it's just me. With me and the girls. With me and the girls.
That's
really.
True. It's true. With Randy and the girls of the clan, getting some fat gains.
Yeah. It's been I've been here as well. 76 mil. I'm off. I have vacation this week, so can't really go anywhere. I initially scheduled this vacation because I thought that it would be I thought right around right now is going to be when we were maybe going to be moving, so I scheduled it like way in advance, and like my previous vacations have been canceled. as well. Like the trip to go to Jagex was canceled, so I like got my week of vacation back then. Then like my wedding was delayed, so then I got my vacation back then, and then it was delayed a second time. So it's like, shit, I haven't taken off like a real week. So I'm off. Gonna hopefully be getting some stuff done around the house this week, but yeah, been gaming, hoping to hit 80 mil this week.
I've just been doing gem nights. OP. Husky's still in the chat. Can we repull blood rune packs? Because I would love to spend my 12 million tackle on something.
All right, forget what he said.
You can just get those onyxes and
what am I gonna do with 60 onyxes?
Okay, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna drop them to your main, or a main. You're gonna drop. Well, no, you could donate it to me. That's an option. But if you don't want to, what you could do, like use it for bonds. Drop it over to a non-Iron Man account, and then just buy bonds with it and use it on your account.
I'm just gonna buy the gems.
That's what I would do if I was
crafting and gems.
Yeah, no, that probably is a better idea.
It would have been nice to use them for the blood rune packs or whatever.
Oh,
Iron Man update.
Daniel.
All right, if I can't get that, then give me master skill capes. I'll take that.
That's not coming either. I'm doing 4-man rune crafting on the main while rune crafting on the alt.
Big RCer.
Yeah, big fan of the RC skill. Coming up on about a week away from 150 RC.
Holy shit! I thought you were just at like 120.
Holy crap!
Yeah, boys.
I remember seeing you at like 94.
Shit's flying, boy.
Jesus.
I think Big Dan here's on like a fucking 450 EHP month.
Yeah, I'm going for the 50 mil RC month.
Gaming.
What's the record? Is it like 75 mil or something?
64 by harm, but I got to go back to work next week, so sad, Dan. But yeah,
killed the progress on it.
All right, so I have been in my usual spot. You will rarely see me away from the redwoods. That's my home. 123.2 mil. That's up there.
Large.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Just chill.
All right, let's end it here. Give a shout out to a random RuneScape friend.
Well, the entirety of my friends list is in this Discord call at the moment, so
how about one of your dead friends?
I was thinking the same thing. Shout out to the man, the myth. He is gone, but he is never forgotten. Trance music will forever live, so long as I'm alive.
Pour one out for the homie.
Pour one out for him.
Missed by all, myself included.
True.
Gonna give a shout out to Baloo. Hit 10k EHP this week. Big gamer.
Shout out Daka, my thieving buddy. You got to catch up though. You're slacking.
Shout out to Hob and Lava Slave running 10 hours a day. Big boys.
I guess I'll do okay, never mind. It's just RuneScape, so I guess I'll change. All right, I guess shout out Easton. Big plans. Gonna be, if I can maintain the motivation and effort and get shit rolling, start getting my life together, and you'll probably see me on less. Try to hold me to that, y'all. That would be helpful.
All right, so next Hexis podcast, give some info on that. I'm not sure when it's gonna be. I work every single weekend in the week of September, so probably have to slap it on. It'll have to be like an early. It'll be early or late. None of this like afternoon stuff. So follow us on Twitter for when that's gonna be. I think you could probably expect maybe 3 weeks at the earliest. Kind of want some more content come out before we can get to discussing it, but probably around like 3 weeks or so. But there'll be one in the month of September. Gonna start moving back towards more so being like monthly rather than bi-weekly. I think that we're able to get a lot better topics to discuss at that point as well, and we're able to fill out, like a full 2 hours. Like this one right here, 2 hours 15 minutes is going to be the longest one we've had in a while. I think if you look back at like the last 5, they've all been like 2 minutes, 2 minutes 2:05 and stuff like that.
2 minutes.
Yeah, or I'm sorry, 2 hours. So, follow us on Twitter. Give an update on that. You can also join our Discord, and you've got info in there. You can submit a topic in there. Get a shout out on the podcast for doing so. Compete in our competitions. Dan will be posting about the September one soon. But that'll do it for us. Thank you guys for watching this podcast, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Stay hydrated and get sleep.